Okay, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to our video. Today's video for Saga of Tanya the Evil Season 2, Episode 7. Last episode went absolutely crazy. It was Tanya versus Mikhail. They drove Mary Sue away with a decoy that she just charged at, so she didn't have to fight her, she didn't have to fight Mikhail, though. And I'm a bit confused why, she broke his computation jewel, but didn't reload and then keep shooting at him. I don't know why she wouldn't go for his head, but somebody pointed out the idea that a reason she went for the jewel first is she didn't want an Alan Sue repeat where he tries to self-destruct or something happens. Say she were to shoot him in the head and then he self-destructs or some shit like that. So but yeah, it was a little odd that she didn't shoot him in the head. I only really thought of that like afterwards, because she had broke his defense barriers, gotten up right in his face and could have blasted him in the head, but didn't do it. So I don't know. Anyway, so that, and Zator is a complete and utter badass. He's so fucking cool. Last episode was such a highlight for him, and yeah, I don't know if this battle's gonna end here or what they're gonna end up having to do, but let's get into this. Per usual, feel free to check the Patreon and Discord links are in the description below. As far as the Discord goes, talk about current and past anime, current manga, past manga, and have non-anime conversations as well. And as far as the Patreon goes, you get exclusives and uncuts to all my reactions. So, if you were to check out either of those, everyone will. The effort is up straight into Saga of Tanya the Evil Season 2, Episode 7. Okay. Seems like the battle is over. They did say they'd get tea together after the battle. The fact that there still are allies after all this is kind of crazy. Yeah. The enemy's gaping jaw. Respect formality and say nothing. Yeah, Tanya's playing the long game here. I believe in my own right to make decisions. Oh, that's fun. So even after our whole thing worked, they still lost. Supply lines broke down. They were able to make a lightning strike all the way to Josephgrad. Great. So they've got stonewalled. Didn't even get them? Oh my god, after all of that, they still didn't get what we needed. Or what that whole operation was for in the first place. God damn it. Didn't feel like that often. Well, I wonder why he started failing. I wonder why he started failing. It's almost like he pushed for a war that we were trying to end, and then his biggest ally, or the one who actually did most of the work, they kicked to the curb. I wonder why they lost. Get the supplies he needed. I mean, that's been the thing for forever. We don't have people or supplies to keep doing this. That's the whole reason we tried to put a stop to this shit. We don't have the stuff for that. Not enough men, not enough food, not enough ammunition. People back home not know the truth. Addicted to victory is a good way to put it, yeah. It's the sunk cost fallacy in action. Number one, they want to keep winning and have absolute domination, because that's the propaganda they've gave to all their people, so if they come out with anything but total domination victory, then the people are going to be upset. And also, it's like we've put so much into this, why the fuck would we give it up now? Somebody, whatever. It's the sunk cost fallacy. We must be victorious in the battles within. Oh boy. The Western Air War. Wait, what? I'm going to ask you to be my co-conspirator. So wait. Neither a yes nor a no. Tanya trying to keep her options open. Maybe I can help you at some point, but I gotta do my duty to the Empire. So what is Zator suggesting? I'd rather not shoot my own allies? Co-conspirator. A little farther to the east. Is he saying that we're purposely going to what, attack our own people so they'll think about saying yes to a treaty or something? Yeah. Oh, was that a fucking test? Laboring under a misapprehension. You seem to be laboring under a misapprehension. Oh, okay. Are we going back off the front lines then? June 29th, Unified Year 1927. Oh, since Andromeda failed, are we sending people back for a bit? Oh, hello, Rurugan. Who was our leader for... Okay, so our combat team was on leave in the capital for a bit. So... What was Zator being like, you know, being like conspirator or whatever, and you know, he was just testing her to see what she would say, but in reality all he was doing was saying, we're just gonna take your team there on leave. Is that all he was actually saying? He was just testing Tanya in that moment. But in reality, that's what the misapprehension was, that we're not coming to the capital as co-conspirators to ruin anything or shoot our ally in the back or something. We're just here to on leave for Tanya to check out the situation. I don't know, maybe I'm misunderstanding the beginning scene. Leave certificates and coupons. Uproar who takes one side for the failure of the large-scale offensive in the east. Ah, because of course. Also, they don't know, but there's somebody on the inside, which is probably why this isn't working, because the Federation knew about the plan beforehand. We saw that with the multinational force and his uncle. We saw with the two of them, they were talking about it, and that they have a guy on the inside, and they knew about the plan. With Bro! Are you guys stupid? The West is badly here. Yikes. So other areas that we're fighting, we're gonna have to pull forces from there so that we can win against the Federation in the east. Do an air raid on another capital. Oh boy. Oh, is it gonna... Not... Bro. Wait, is she gonna be attacking Ayodhya? That was the real goal. It looked like they were hinting that they were gonna hit their own capital, but then no, it sounds like that was their real goal. So is he really actually... Maybe the pointing was to say we're gonna hit our own capital to shake up the politicians. They need the politicians to fear and show them this isn't going well, and so they're gonna have their own people strike the capital? Is that why they brought Tanya's team here in actuality? Basically, Zator was saying... I think it's all starting to add up a bit. Zator in the beginning was testing her loyalty if she would be an actual genuine co-conspirator against their own country. But when Tanya said what she said, he was like, okay, we can trust her for this job, this inside job to hit the capital. He was testing her in the beginning because this was coming to her plate. Imperial Strategic HQ. Rudersdorf's not going to be looking too great, is he? Oh, never mind. Doing the formalities. Bro, you had no chance. The fact that I failed doesn't change. At a minimum. Uh-huh. I don't have his bad habit of enjoying long speeches during debates. The long term, we're forced to make unavoidable decisions. Oh my god. I will defer to your preference. No one on the front line understands how Command intends to fight this war. I love it. This was what Tanya was thinking in her head and has been thinking for a long time, that this continues, we're gonna lose the war. But, you know, Rudersdorf was saying, fucking tell me how you see it or I'm kicking you out the damn room. Don't tiptoe around it. He trusts her opinion, and so he's letting her speak. He wants her to speak openly. Do we have any practical plan to do so? Is the Empire as a nation pursuing? Yeah, we're just going endlessly at this point and we're continuing to fight. Yeah, victory's too vague. What the fuck does that mean? Does that mean complete and utter submission of your enemies and conquest until they're completely under you? Or does it mean win a couple more battles and then we're good? And like victory's too fucking vague. Nothing more, nothing less. Oh my god. Yep, that's what the bigwigs ordered, and Rudersdorf fucking went along with it despite Zator begging him to stop. Incapable even come with a concrete objective. It's just victory. If probably this the option to clear this war would have been over. You say that, but you went along with it. I don't really want to hear this from you. Zator and you could have fought together to get this war ended, but you went against that and Zator got sent off. Like, come on now. I don't want to hear this from you. Primary change, but that will not change. Missing the forest for the trees. Exactly. It's like lava and they don't want to get trapped in it. I mean, it's what we've been saying all along. They're terrified of if they, like, give up anything and don't have complete and total domination and submission of their enemies, then the people will be upset. See the capital is like right now for yourself and learn how the public feels. I bet you it's a thing of like so many of their soldiers have died that so many citizens are saying if we don't win this entirely, what was it for? Because we've lost so many people. So station at 1500 tomorrow. Okay. Taking a trip around the capital. Hey buddy. I always forget your name, but you're Mr. Railroad Man. And the one that Tanya duped into leaving his position, but also ended up getting Tanya brought up further by doing so. I was like, season 1 episode 4 now. Ah, herb tea. Oh yeah, Ugo's his name. I'm gonna assume we don't have coffee to give. Yikes. Oh my god. Things are bad even here in the capital. The real stuff is going to the front lines, I see. And the front lines doesn't get good stuff either. Jesus, the roughest bread of all time. I'll just have to put up with it. I'd like you to understand how human beings feel. Dang you, in a broader sense, I'd like you to behave like a normal person. Not possible for Tanya. Tanya is quite literally as lawful neutral as it gets to an extreme, extreme, extreme degree. And that lawful neutrality slips occasionally when her own personal benefit can be seen. AKA getting off the front lines and stopping having to fight. But even then, even that is done within the confines of lawful neutrality. She never goes lawful good or lawful evil. I guess it depends on how you look at it, I suppose. Maybe you could look at it lawful evil, like she caused episode 8 of season 1, which was the darkest episode of this show, where they airstruck a city that had civilians in it. That was caused by paperwork she made and filled out, but then, you know, I don't know. The whole point of Tanya is she's trying to preserve herself in this never-ending war, and she wants to get off the front lines, but that ideal has just gotten further and further and further away. Oh my god. Terrified of Tanya. Tanya looks at everything way too logically. Like, it's always logical. That's a whole thing that, you know, they're talking about. Tanya, this is an interesting thing coming from Uyghur, because Tanya's whole speech to Strategic HQ at the end of season 1 was that Strategic HQ thinks too rationally and too logically and doesn't understand the human emotions the enemy was feeling. But here Uyghur's telling her she needs to understand human emotions or be more normal because she's being way too logical, which leads you to disrespect those who are incapable of doing so. This love requires time. Need requires reason. It's to miss opportunities. It is nothing more than a hindrance. Logical to the extreme. Can live their lives the way you do. I can't continue being the monster that a strategist needs to be. Yeah, because when you're in war and you're literally, people's lives are just being lost day in and day out, to make the plans for more of that to happen. Yeah, and especially with some of the plans that Tanya and Zator come up with, people would definitely look at that and call them a monster. It started to change when my daughter was born. He would not have been able to serve in her position effectively. I'm a soldier and this is how I feel. And Tanya already thought it was bad. What reality is like in the capital. Ugh. Ah. I see. Stood out in a bad way. She went to salute but realized she's not with the military at the moment. Says this is just like one big ceremony for all the soldiers, and you can't even see. It's not a funny situation, but it is just, the height thing is funny. Given where we are, I can't put you on my shoulders. I don't think Tanya would want you to, even if we were in a situation where you could do that. Thanks, guys. Yeah, and all those soldiers are badly beat up. That's what I was saying. They don't actually have the bodies of anybody. This is just one big ceremony to mourn everybody with soldiers who are severely depleted, and that's it. Even if they're just pretending the confidence heavy because they're weak. The sick and the young carrying the coffins of the dead. Oh, Jesus. That's the reality of the Empire at the moment. There's no better way to describe the current state of the Empire. Barely standing, basically. Yep, these are all people who have lost people in the war. Probably a kid whose older brother is gone for good. What the fuck? Oh my god. This is Being X. Being X is doing some shit right now. Are we gonna see Being X speak to her for quite literally the first time since like season 1 episode 7? It's been ever. Being X has since adopted to not ever since their little declaration of war against each other. Being X has because I think that's kind of what happened in season 1. I think it was episode 7 at least. Maybe it was 6. But that dead pilot rose up and like spoke to her with Being X, and Being X resolved to like get her in a world war with everybody involved, and he has done that since, but he hasn't spoken to Tanya directly. He has instead opted to manipulate and use people to go after her. This has to be Being X with all the Jesus. I love the visuals here. It's very dramatic, but it's real. The blood is stained all over this country. They are bleeding badly. It's as if the country itself is bleeding. Whether it be for people, for resources, for morale, for the people back home. Like, I could go on and on and on. You would think, though, with the capital being as glum as it is at the moment, all gloom and doom, that the citizens would want to end the war. They'd be like, let's get this shit done with. And so the higher-ups would be like, okay, cool, because the public opinion seems to be their biggest concern. If they were to give anything up, the public opinion of them would tank severely, but it feels like it's gotta shift towards end the war at some point with how bad and down everything is. And also, you know, they want to pad their own pockets as well, but, you know. I'll choose to believe for the time being that the high brass's number one thing is not preserving their money, and it's how the public will look at them. The OST. Oh my god. It's Yep. This is fucking Being X is back. Hello, buddy. It has been a long time. What you see here is daily life, but twisted in strange ways. Oh my god, the people, I love the way they do this, that when Being X speaks to Tanya. Every scene of it is always so good. A broken piece where what should not be normal has long since become so. Yep. A never-ending war that should not be, you know, all what's going on here about injured soldiers, the young and the sick, walking the coffins of the dead, carrying the coffins of the dead on their shoulders, like literal metaphors there, but yeah, stuff like this should not be the norm. The madness has spread all the way back home. Or did you think it was only the front lines that destroyed one's humanity? I mean, yeah, war affects everyone, everywhere. It's, yeah. All logic in the world has been destroyed, and chaos continues to grow stronger. Oh my god. And so they seek a greater being. Fuck you. Oh my god. Just trying to advertise himself here. Like, look how bad it's gotten, Tanya. Chaos continues to spread. Things that shouldn't happen or that shouldn't become the norm have become the norm. And so people look to a higher being. Maybe you should. They seek faith. Oh my god. And now we're just back like nothing happened. Yep, there's a mother with her son, and that mother is probably mourning her husband. He probably died a while ago, and she just came to the funeral for him. It's husband, or maybe a son, older son, or something like that. The coffins of the war dead are a part of daily life now. Jesus. The omnipresence of death. What a great way to put it. People's lack of overt emotion is still here. They still care about the national interest. Oh my god, use your damn head and get back your common sense. Someone who crossed their boiling point can. Someone who's crossed their boiling point can actually seem restrained. So it might, you know, be maybe from an outside, but like Tanya just, wow. This is so interesting because it feels like a shift in Tanya's character. Tanya, but then again, the emotions of the enemy that Tanya understood at the end of season 1 was the emotions of a war enemy, and she was using her own knowledge of how wars had gone in previous worlds, where, you know, in her previous world, where you might beat somebody or whatever, but if you don't fully finish the job, they will come back with a vengeance in spite of what might be better for them. That was the whole crux of the end of season 1, is that Strategic HQ was thinking far too logically about the situation, to the point where they weren't accounting for the human emotions that would drive the enemy to do something that is illogical, that is not a smart move to do. And now it feels like kind of a flip on that, where now Tanya can't fathom the idea that, you know, appearances be damned, this place is in the biggest rut it's ever been in. And so, but like I said, it's more Tanya using previous knowledge about prior wars in our world, because that was the whole crux of World War I to what led to World War II, was Germany being in the situation it was left in post World War I gave easy rise to Hitler, to which that led right into World War II. And so Tanya was using knowledge of like that, despite what, you know, might be logically or rationally the best decision. People don't always work like that when it comes to war, and Tanya is completely lacking in that mentality here in this scene. The people's lack of overt emotion. Yeah, the fact that people are so just is not a good thing either. It's proof that they still care about the national interest. Yeah, so after seeing that whole funeral and seeing people crying and seeing all the above, you know, that's like one of the first things Tanya says, is that the people care about national interest. We are modern men and women. If we have logical discussions based on the principles of free will. When anger goes too far, it turns into calm. Those girls are boiling point can actually seem restrained. While you have the strength to scream, you scream, but once you've hit the bottom and lack, it's just like, yeah, every bit of morale has been sucked out completely. They're not out rioting, they're not out angry or anything. It's just like, it's gotten so bad that they're literally just, there's just blanked out. It's yeah. Tanya took the quietness nature as the people aren't out like rioting in the streets. You know, that means that they still care about the overall national interest of winning the war and whatnot. And he's like, no, that's not it at all. Is a powder keg? Yeah, literally, I think just one event will set everything off. Everybody's quiet at the moment, but one thing could set it off into just a whirlwind of bad. Empire itself is trapped in purgatory. More than any monster. Wikipedia is something I'll never understand in any era. So yeah, she could pick up on the lack of rationality or illogical decisions made during war, but when it comes to the opinion of the average person or the opinion of the common public, she cannot fathom. For peace. Tanya, yeah, you guys have the wrong opinion about Tanya. You guys think of Tanya as some warmonger. No, Tanya is just good at her job, and so she appears as such. Tanya wants peace more than anybody. Tanya has wanted peace since the beginning of this damn series. She's wanted to be in Strategic HQ, and so that is her own personal peace, and since that wasn't an option anymore, she wanted to end the war so that she can have peace. You guys have a wrong opinion of Tanya. You could write a fairy tale about that. I'll make a picture book out of what you just said. Like the cowardly hero, huh? Thought they were gonna do like a title drop of like they wouldn't say Saga of Tanya the Evil because that's not the that's a localization of what the actual title of Yojo Senki is. Something like Adventures of a Military Girl or something like that. I wonder if the Cowardly Hero is like a real book and this series is trying to like show the origins of that book or something. At the Eastern Front, soldiers enjoy hot meat and soup. Oh! That's not... yeah, what? What if Hogan was writing something people would believe? Absolute victory over Allied Kingdom fleet. And you say, you guys might have shitty food here. Ours is not better. Or not much. They gave us noodles with nothing else. Not that long ago. The Empire's mages are the strongest in the world. The day of total victory is nigh. And they're just continuing to spew the propaganda that they will have complete and utter total domination. Great victory for the Great Empire. And they're eating that shit up. So yeah, some people need to latch onto a dream to keep going. Some people need to believe that even if maybe there's a part of their brain that tells them it's not right, they need something to latch on to believe that their lives are not at risk, that they are winning, that they are out there truly doing as well as the propaganda is telling them they are. Yeah, she got told shit like this twice this episode. Maybe I'm the crazy one. I mean, being as logical to the extreme as you are could definitely give that vibe off, and you know, you've been called a monster many a times. As long as the Empire is like this, that won't happen here. The blood-stained newspaper there from when all the blood was raining down earlier as BNX spoke to her. Good episode. Oh my god. We got another episode of playing Dress Up with Tanya. And Tanya could not look more displeased. He was going out with his granddaughter. It shouldn't be an all-black outfit. Oh my god. I appreciate the little comedy bits because this season has been anything but comedy. It's just been getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse for the Empire. Good episode. Actually, great episode. I loved all the dialogue about Tanya lacking the capability to understand the opinion of the common public and getting told off for that. And it makes sense within her character that she can understand the lack of rationale with a war enemy, but she can't understand the common person and things like that. And, you know, she accepts maybe I'm the fucking crazy one. Anyway, overall, good episode. Going out with Reuter's Dwarf, seeing the capital, and we'll see where the thing that Rurugan implied goes. We'll see where the hell that goes. But yeah, good episode, man. I think it is going to wrap it up from Reaction to Saga of Tanya the Evil Season 2 Episode 7. They always do the political stuff so good in the show, and this episode was no exception. But yeah, he's going to wrap it up. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you all have a good day.